Vanakkam and welcome, Claudio. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Harry. Thank you for having me.
This Expert Talks with Hari in Srishti TV is a program where we highlight experts, individuals from across the globe, irrespective of the field they are in. But if they are able to create an impact in people's lives, if they are able to impact community at large, we invite them. We listen to their life journey, lessons learned, and how they are impacting the community. This will inspire our viewers. We have viewers across the globe. Our media partner is America TV from US. It's a web-based channel similar to our Srishti TV, but based in US, focused on Indians. We also have people from other countries as well, UK, Norway, Japan, and other places. I'm really happy that you're able to allocate time today. And the topic is more interesting personal transformation. So we'll start with you. Where was, which country were you born? How was your journey all the way till today? Over to you.
Yes, it was very interesting journey. I'm originally from Romania, Europe, and I decided to move to Canada when I was 27 years old, so 23 years ago. And I was quite passionate about science fiction and fantasy and writing, and I wanted to take this passion to the next level. But when I reached Canada, I got sucked into the society, the jobs, the family, and I had to put that passion on a back burner. And only in 2014, I was able to start writing again. Also, my background is technical, computer science, so it's a bit far away from the literary field. But again, I was always passionate about writing and reading. And life in Canada is good, and you don't have too many things to complain about. But I felt that something was missing inside, something personal, which I couldn't figure out what. I mean, at one point in life, I think each of us will realize that the spiritual component is very important. And if you go into the history of humankind, from Jesus to Buddha to Indian gods and sages, they all said that spirituality is very important, is the component which fulfills us and gives us purpose in life. So around 2014, I realized that I really have to start looking deeper into who I am and what I want to achieve in this world. Um, and I look around for gurus. As they say, when the pupil is ready, the guru will show up. So I read a lot. I checked left and right, and in the end, I realized that maybe something which is closer to the Indian culture might fit what I was looking for. So I practice Kriya Yoga, the lineage of Babaji, even if I was born into Christianity. And as a friend of mine said, she considers herself a Christian yogi. So I think this concept applies for a lot of us, because either if we don't renege everything which the culture and the religion we're born into, we always try to seek something new and see how a new approach to spirituality can enrich us. And for me, I can say that it was quite transformational because it allowed me to go deeper inside, to really ask questions which usually in a dogma related religion you don't ask, or those who supposed to guide you don't always have the tools to lead you in the right direction. And starting meditation and this type of introspection helped me to get my creative juices back, and I start writing. And my first book, The Decadence of Our Souls, um, encapsulates these some of these beliefs, and I go into again Indian culture, some Christianity, some older traditions. um, where we really have to communicate and commune with the God, with the Creator, and also with nature. And in the Decadence, nature is an important part of the plot because you have the village of elephants, which is the animal component, and the children which are being born through the trees of life, the trees of knowledge, which communicate telepathically, and the elephants, because they are empathic and wise, they are the teachers of the children. And the children read from the book of one, the book which contains a lot of knowledge, which the decadent world, which is outside the jungle, don't understand. And because they don't have faith, they only look for tangible things. If they cannot touch and feel, that means it doesn't exist, and they cannot get any advantage out of it. Because in that decadent world, which is similar to what the world we live in today, it's about instant gratification. I want to touch it, I want to feel and live my life today. Even if I'm aware or not of what I'm doing, I really want to enjoy it. So no matter what I eat, no matter what I think, it's about so-called enjoying life without thinking about the consequences of our thoughts and our words.
Okay. That's a quite an interesting introduction, because I know you're a prolific writer. Because our common friend Cecilia also has messaged. I love the idea of raising the children, elephant raising the children, such a majestic animal, and mainly about you, where she has written that Claudia uh, is a prolific writer, such a strong voice of environmental protection with reflective spiritual tone. Uh, I know the area which you're into is quite unique, and the topics which intersect also are quite unique. Can you explain the theme behind your three books and your area of work? Because it's something which people would have never heard. I remember the first time when I was talking to you, and when I also spoke to Miss Cecilia, this is a rare combination of two different areas, a person venturing into and intersecting them and coming up with new areas of impact. Over to you.
Thank you. It just came naturally for some reason. Again, our connectivity with the divine always is interesting and it's unknown. And all we have to do is to open up, open our hearts, and bring the love forward, and the message will come to us. I was being interviewed at the launch of The Decadence of Our Souls, and a reporter asked me, "What's your next project?" And suddenly, with no breaks, I said, "I will write about water." And I wasn't sure what I'm going to write about water, because so many books were written about water, involving water, science books and mainstream books. And I wasn't sure, but then I realized that water has to be a main character, an active character in my book, in my plot. So what I did was, water became alive. It changed or her, in this case, because is alive, is a character. Her molecular structure, based on the scientific evidence done by Masaru Emoto and other scientists, I said, you know what, water will become alive. She will remember everything we've done to her along the millennia, and what we are doing to the water now through, spills of oil and gas, and all the bad things we are doing in terms of pollution. And I said, water will retaliate. Water will become acid, will attack us, and will give us a warning sign that Mother Nature had enough of us. And if we don't stop, we are a plague and will be eliminated. And again, this action, retaliating action of water starts on the Ganges River, Mother Ganga, as you guys call it, and as well at Varanasi, which is a holy place for you, for India. So everything starts there and then replicates to Jordan River and other rivers in around the world. And I use the concept from quantum physics, which is the entanglement, quantum entanglement, and that when a particle changes in one place, its half will change on the other place instantaneously.
Okay. Uh, I would like to ask another question, which is off the track, not related to your books or the area of work. First time when I saw your name, um, I wanted to ask you this, so I thought I'll ask in the show as well. You are aware that we do have a God in your name, right?
Yes, and I wanted to clarify from the beginning. And again, I mentioned to you the joke I have with my Indian friends is, if you are from South India, why don't you bow to me? I'm your God. But it's just a joke. And then
What does it actually mean in your language or in your
Uh,
country?
if I have to split my last name in two, Murg is a breed of a horse, Murg, and
Okay,
An is ear. So I don't know if it really has any significance in my genealogy tree. I know that my grandfather and his father on my father's lineage, they were born in Romania for, I think, centuries. I don't recollect or have any idea of anyone coming from your part of the world and settled in
Romania.
Romania. No.
Okay, okay. Now I'll get back to the topic.
But again, if I have any benefits by wearing this name, please bring them on.
You do, you do. The moment people see your name, in fact, I received a couple of messages asking, is he an Indian settled, like many generations before, and then now he's in Toronto? I said, no, I'm going to ask this question. You can get the answer in the live show. Okay. Now coming to the main theme, I've seen your podcasts, video sessions. I've seen your interviews where spiritually inspired is the theme, is a title, and you invite people from different areas, different aspects of the spectrum of spirituality. And your approach towards spirituality is a bit different, unique way than just saying, okay, worship this to get this, or do this to get this. It's not that. Your approach is quite different. Can you explain that? Because that actually, I feel, will help people to understand what is spirituality. One second thing, also in the personal transformation process,
Yes, that's
people have to
very
work about the inner world. These details are much valuable. So over to you.
Yes, so to me, spirituality brings us together. There is no dogma. It's something unique which can be practiced by anyone, no matter the religion they were born into. Religion, as we know, divides us, and it's always my religion is better than yours, and this is not my point of view. You can do whatever you want, you can worship any god you want, but spirituality is something about you, your connection with the divinity, with God, whatever the name of the God is. Because no matter how many paths are to that unique point of enlightenment, enlightenment is what we should all search for. And if we want to just pray thinking that we're going to get there, that's your path. If you think that meditation and breathing is what it will take you there, just do that. But in my opinion, and please give it a thought, don't think that what you do is the best thing you do, and what your neighbors or your friends are doing is not worth it. So maybe they need a little bit of guidance from you if you are more advanced on your spiritual path, but don't disregard their efforts. Just try to be helpful. And with spiritually inspired, I really want to show people various ways of getting on the spiritual path first, and then see how far they can get into this lifetime. Are they going to reach enlightenment? Are they going to reach an altered state of consciousness? That's possible. And again, I go back to the lineage of Babaji, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Shri Yukteswarji, and Yogananda. They all prove to the masses that it's possible to get enlightened or enlightenment in one lifetime, no matter if you are a husband, a father. You find the time for yourself to apply these techniques, And again, could be soma breathing, could be any other type of breathing, could be meditation, could be praying. And I know that even Yogananda, he believed in God, he believed in Christ, but he also prayed to Mother, Divine Mother, and he had many revelations of Divine Mother and other Indian deities, and he reached enlightenment. And through Spiritual Inspire Show, I bring people who use plant medicine. I bring in shamans, which have been in contact with divinity and spirits for thousands of years, and that's a very interesting domain and field to understand. I recently interviewed a shaman from Finland, Sami shaman, another one from Peru, and I bring people which are Westerners and settle in Peru or Mexico, and they try these medicines, and they are different people. I personally tried, ayahuasca, San Pedro, and they were transformational substances for me because they are not addictive. I mean, they just give you a different level of consciousness. They get you closer to God. They open up your mind, your heart, and the main bottleneck which keeps us from realizing our full spiritual potential is our ego. So that this is when we have to break this barrier and say enough is enough. I'm not this body. I'm not my thoughts, and dissolve your ego. And dissolve your ego, and you get reborn. Then this is when the change, the personal change, takes place, and then you're going to be able to make a difference around you, around with your family, your friends. And if you keep pushing, you will see that this transformation takes place.
I'm not the body, I'm not this mind. Ramana Maharishi from Tiruvannamalai, the base mantra is this, where he separates himself. He goes in a disassociated stage, and he sees himself from a third person point of view. And he says that there is the body is will will die. The bodies will be dying, but then the soul is eternal.
Correct.
More going a little bit deeper into this. There are a lot of issues on a day-to-day basis humans undergo, and there are also these kind of periodically there are some huge crises which happens on a global level. How do you, in your own understanding, please explain how do you think people will be able to embrace fear, understand pain, and come out of it?
So, pain is the main cause of panic, keeping our bodies, uh, getting our bodies sick and maintaining them in sickness, because fear breaks down the energy fields around our cells, around our organs. And if you listen to scientists such as Dr. Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, they all talk about biology of cell, biology of belief, the properties of the cell, and how our thoughts and our love and openness and vibration can keep sickness away. I know we are going through trying times, but if we have faith and we embrace what's in store for us and we really stay happy, I think we can change our situation. We can alter what we are going through. You know, they say that we create our own perception, our reality. That means if we think bad things, if we think of diseases, or if we think that something bad will happen to us, and we really put effort and energy into that thought, it will happen. So why not putting energy into something positive? I personally experienced this type of transformation and thinking positive, no matter the the conditions in my life, and I think we all reach the rock bottom at one point or not or another. But with faith and thinking that and envisioning a better future for ourselves, we are able to come back. And in my books, Water Entanglement and Crystal Cloud, I talk about this, especially environmental changes, where corporations are not going to um, slow down on what they are doing. They're going to keep pillaging the earth because money is very important to them. And under the excuse of pleasing the shareholders, they're going to keep drilling, they're going to keep depleting Mother Earth of resources. And until their consciousness will not change, and this is a big point in all three of in all my books, we have to reach a different level of consciousness in order to understand who we are and how much damage we caused and how we can change and reverse this damage. Until we get educated in this direction and change our level of consciousness, I don't think we'll be able to save ourselves.
As you said, staying positive, we keep hearing this, and we also make attempts. It works. Say, for example, a person is inspiring us, the video or a talk or an audio book, it inspires us. For some, it lasts for maybe few minutes, for some maybe for a day, for some just after finishing the audio it's over. On a daily basis, to jumpstart, of course this affirmations and all those things are helping, but then are there any regime which we could be able to adapt, which will help us to be happy? I'm not saying all the time, I know it's not practical, but at least understanding it so that the inner peace, the inner stillness is achieved. Are there
I
any
think
daily regimes which you suggest?
the daily regimes are so different from one person to another based on her or his own schedule. What I do, I'll give you my own personal example. When I wake up in the morning, first thing I smile and I thank God for giving me another day on this earth. And then I used to meditate for an hour and a half in the morning, but now I meditate more at night. So in the morning I do a breathing session. So up to 8 o'clock, I'll be done with all my practice, some exercises. I was taught by one of my recent guests to do some breathing exercising during the day for 10-15 minutes, and that will balance the hemisphere of my brain. They will bring them in sync, and my body energy back in sync. Even if you take 2 minutes to check your breathing at intervals of 2 or 3 hours, that will give you some inner peace during the day. I know that some days could be very hectic, and this is when you have to stop and breathe. But breathe, because breathing and is very important, and we take the breathing for granted, like the heart, the beatings of our heart. But you really have to um, be aware of your breathing in and breathing out. And these are exercises which any um, knowledgeable guru or teacher will tell you to do. And also for someone which is not consistent in these daily practices, you need a coach or a friend which will um, hold you responsible for and accountable for what you are doing. Because when we have someone to check on us, I think we are much more careful. We have a little bit of shame that we didn't do it. So I'm a certified coach, and I help people to stuck to their schedules. I help them in their businesses, how to promote, how to fine tune in their businesses, because in the end, everything is holistic. If we have good health, if we are successful in business, and we have a very good relationship with our family, wife, and children, then spirituality and that path of fulfillment, spiritual fulfillment, which will come much easier. And again, from my personal experience, the moment I start sharing with my children and my wife what I was going through and how I transform internally, our relationship got much closer. They understand what I'm doing. Doesn't matter, or doesn't mean that they have to agree with what I do, but at least they are supportive, and I know that at any point in time, if they would if they want to step on their own spiritual path, they will know what to do. Because they watch my interviews, they read my books, they know about the people I talk to, so they have the background that is not like a clean slate. They will get that knowledge of wisdom somewhere in their subconscious, because again, doesn't matter if our conscious mind records everything and we don't remember everything, our subconscious does that for us. So all we have to do is to understand and know and teach ourselves how to recover the subconscious information, the information from our subconscious.
In personal transformation, there's another important area which normally people don't like to touch or discuss about, but we'll touch on it. You can give your inputs on it, like your definition of death and accepting it, coming in terms with that. uh, I know we have discussed about this, but I would like listeners to have at least a basic outline about death and accepting it as a part of the journey and how it impacts in personal transformation.
Yes, so when I was 7, 8 years old, I used to go to sleep, and then thoughts like this will come to me. What happens when I'm not going to be around? And I just couldn't um, understand that concept of not being around physically. My mind was rejecting that thought. And again, being born Christian, you die and your soul will go to either hell or uh, uh, um, uh, and up. I forgot the term. I just was thinking of something else right now. Sorry, but your soul won't come back in a different light, won't reincarnate. So Christianity doesn't believe in reincarnation. Um, if you go to South America, if you go to India, Eastern countries, that they believe in reincarnation. It's a big theme. So they don't take this body seriously. They take care of it, but it's not like this is the end. Death is a new beginning. So in my understanding right now, that this is the right approach. We don't have to be that upset that we are going to to die, because it's just um, moving into a new life, starting something new. And of course, we have to take care of this body, because this body will experience in this lifetime what we haven't experienced in previous lives. And we bring with us, the soul brings with it in this lifetime experiences from previous lives. And when we go through harsh times, or when something looks like something doesn't work for us, and we cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, we can always look at what happened in previous lives, what we bring with us, which cause these issues to affect what we are living through today. We attract the same people, we attract the same incidents. So this is not coincidental. Something is triggering this event. So we really have to go deeper, the trauma we are going through, and find the root cause. And the pills, I don't think the pills, I'm sure, in fact, that the pills is not the solution. It's just at energy level, and we have to go deeper inside us.
I do understand the topic which we talk is something which for people, when they are not in this journey, will be little bit off the beat, and in fact they might find it amusing when we discuss. But once we are in this journey, it is completely different. And I do have a very good friend, Mr. Vadivel Pillai. We discuss more on the terms which we are discussing now, more on these areas where this is a completely different world. unless a person takes this path to travel, uh, it's quite difficult to even explain to them unless they experience this. And I'm really happy that you're able to allocate your time. I requested 30 minutes of your time. We just touched that 30 minutes. Are there any areas which you would like to share on personal transformation as a closing note to our viewers?
Anyone who had a near-death experiences or out-of-the-body experience, that's a start for you to understand that you are not this body. That's a start for you to realize that you are more than that. You are energy, and you can change yourself. And that's the point where you can really share that experience, or if you are afraid, just find the group and the people who will understand what you went through. But that's the starting point for you on your spiritual path. Don't give up, don't be afraid, because there are only benefits and no drawbacks by developing yourself as a loving being. You are energy and you are love. And if you show this to the people around you, you will see the benefits. You will get back whatever you saw, then in fact, don't expect anything in return. Just be open and you see how life will change for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Claudio. It's I know it's very short areas. Within the short period, we have touched different areas, and this discussion, I know it's only a teaser to in-depth knowledge of the areas which you possess, and we will definitely assign another area, and we'll definitely have more deeper discussions. And also in the future, probably we'll be also having the plenary sessions on this topic. Thank you so much for accepting to be with us today. I thank Cecilia who connected us. I wish you all success. Let's be in touch.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
All the best.
Thank
Namaste.
you.
Bye.
That was Mr. Claudio. Quite an interesting area, and this particular topic, I know it's for people who haven't traveled in this or started traveling in this. Of course, it's going to be really, really different, unique. For some people, this might even be amusing, totally acceptable, totally understandable. In fact, I was like that before touching on this topic, discussing about it, learning about it. I'm still learning, so it's absolutely fine. But I only urge every single one of you to start this journey to experience what Mr. Claudio spoke about. Once you enter, there's no way out. You only go deeper and deeper, and it's an amazing thing to only experience. And I don't think anybody could contain this experience in words through explanation. Okay, and you can contact him. His website is claudiomurgan.com. He's based in Toronto, Canada. Amazing person to be in touch with if you're really interested in personal transformation. Thank you so much.